Today I'm back in my meadow where I do a lot of photography, but today a bit of a change today. I've come to photograph the combine harvester last year. I'm actually coming back again tomorrow night. Tomorrow night I'm going to come back when it's dark. I'm going to do some light painting, maybe a bit of astro if the weather holds out, but I've come a little bit I've come tonight, the day before, to shoot some photographs. And I normally shoot with I have a Nikon and I have a Panasonic, and my main camera is an OM1mk1, and I use that quite a lot. But today it's at home. I've left it completely behind because yesterday I went and bought a brand new iPhone, and it's the iPhone 16 Pro. Previous to that I had the iPhone 6 Plus for 11 years. It decided to pack up. It wouldn't work very well at all. It wouldn't switch on. When it switched on, it wouldn't switch off. Nightmare. Went and got myself an iPhone 16 Pro. I've heard a lot of hype about it. This has actually got a 13mm ultra wide angle, 24mm standy lens, and I think it's 120 telephoto lens. The ultra wide angle I believe is 1.8. The standy lens is also 1.8 I believe, and I think the telephoto is 2.8. Don't quote me on that. This is quite new to me today, so I'm coming out to play with it. So what it enabled me to do is to go into the settings, and we can shoot raw 48 megapixels. Now I'm not quite sure how good these files are going to be. This is the very first time I took it out and put it through some tests, but behind me, I'll just move out of the way. And behind me we have got the combine. So we've got the combine here, the combine harvester. It's I've been doing for a year I've been doing a video of them ploughing, seeding, the growing of the barley, and then the cutting of the barley with this combine, of course, the baling and the leading away. And the next video I'll make with this field will be the ploughing in again, so I've got the full circle, and that's in the making. It'll be in the can in about 3 weeks. But we're here, and we're here with this combine harvester. It's just sat here waiting to finish a little strip off there, so I thought I'd take the opportunity of popping down and doing a little bit of photography. So what I've decided to do, I've got the camera, i.e. the iPhone 16 on a tripod, and I've got a little Bluetooth trigger here, so I can press the trigger here. I've got a 10-second timer, so I press the trigger here, the Bluetooth trigger, it'll fire. I can see the light on the front flashing. I can get in place, and I took several of me, one down here, one down on the other tine, one in front of the cutter, one on the steps, one sat down there, a couple leaned up. So I've got a series of pictures, and what I'm going to go do now is I'm going to take them home, and I'm going to put them into Lightroom. I'm going to clean them up a little bit, tidy them up a little bit, because they are raw files, so should come reasonable. And then I'm going to take them into Photoshop, line them, make sure it's lined up, and then I'm going to use layers, and I'm going to rub through and bring me in. So there'll be several of me in this picture. So we're going to see how good the iPhone does. So I'm here today trying the iPhone out. This is the iPhone, and let's see how we get on. Okay, these are the images I've chose to blend together. And if I just double click on one of these here, as you can see, you've got me at the back of the combine harvester, the front of the combine harvester, and set on the tine, laid in front of the cutter, climbed up the ladder, behind the actual cutter, leaned against the combine harvester, then sat out in the wilderness, really, basically. So the ones are going to blend together, so I'm going to now take them into Photoshop. Okay, here they are in Photoshop, 8 in the stack there. I'm going to go ahead now and inline them, make sure nothing's moved, and then I'm going to start using layer mask, and I'm going to start blending them together. Okay, that's them all lined up. I can see by the edge of the image there, on the edge of the image here, you can see that it has moved it a little bit. So I must have moved the iPhone 16 Pro on its little flimsy tripod. I must have caught it. It was a bit breezy at the night as well. So I'm going to go ahead now and bring a layer mask into the top layer, and I'm just going to turn all of these off. I'll just leave the one I'm going to blend. I want to see where I am. Okay, so I'm on the right. If I flick it on and off, you can see clearly I'm on the right hand side, and I'm pushing the combine. So I want to be able to bring in me on the right hand side. So I've created a layer mask there. I'm going to make sure that I've got an eraser, and I'm just going to bring me in. So that's the first one being brought in. I'm just using a brush on 100% and making sure it's bringing in and not leaving anything unclear, so we're nice and sharp. So I think that's about got me all. Yeah, I think we're about done that one.
So I'm happy with that. I was going to flick it on off so I can see any difference. Yep, that's okay. So I'm going to blend these two. Merge these two. So I'm going to merge them two layers. So them two layers are now merged. I'm going to turn the layer on below again now and see where I am on that one. I'm on the front tine. Okay, so I'm going to put a layer mask in the top one again. The layer mask now is in the top. I'm going to make sure I've still got my eraser and make sure it's 100%, and I'm going to bring this one in. So I know I'm somewhere around this area, so I'm simply brushing myself in. So I'm brushing all the way through, try and leave no patches whatsoever, and I'll clean it up in a short while. So I'm just going to make that brush a little bit bigger, and I'm going to go to here. I'm just going to drop the opacity on that a little bit and just feather the outside in because there's a slight variation in exposure. Okay, so that's that nicely done. So I'm going to select that layer we've just merged, we've just layered, and then I'm going to merge them two. So I'm going to turn the layer on below again and just see where I am on that one. So you can see I'm at the front. So what I'm going to do with this one, because there's a little bit of overlap, in fact I'm going to put that on there, and I'm just going to bring the opacity down, see if I'm actually, yeah, there's clearly a little bit of overlap there. So I'm going to do this one differently. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to go into the image there, and I'm going to use the cutout tool, the selection tool, and I'm going to select me. So I'm just waiting for that to select me. Okay, so now I'm going to press Ctrl J and make a copy of my selection. I'm going to turn the layer off below, and then I'm going to put that above the top layer and turn the layer back on. So now I'm there. I think I'm a little bit light there, so I'm going to pick on my selection. I'm going to dull that down a little bit because it's not very believable. So I'm just going to dull that down a little bit to about that, and I'm happy with that. So now I can blend all three of these layers together. So I'm going to select all three of them and merge them down. So let's merge them layers. So now I'm going to put the next layer on below that. And turn the top layer back off and see where I'm at. So I'm now climbing up the cab door. So I'm going to put a layer mask in the top one. Go and get my my brush and put it on 100% and bring me in. So I brought another one in. You can take your time with this and clean anything up. So that I'll now select that layer below and merge those two. And then I'm going to put the layer on below that one now and turn it off to see where I am now. So I'm now here. So I'm bring me in this area here. So layer mask again, and I'm going to just reduce the size of that, and I'm going to bring me in. So I'm just going to brush that in to make sure I'm completely in. Make sure there's no halo in. So yes, I'm there. So now I'm going to select the bottom, the first and the second layer again, merge them, merge those layers, and then now we've got three layers left now. So I'm going to put the layer below the top layer and turn it off to see where I am now. And I'm clearly lent against the combine harvester, as you can see me here. So I shall now turn that back on, put a layer mask in the top layer, and I'll bring me in. So it's just a matter of bringing you in. You're only limited by imagination to these type of shots, really, to be honest. The reason I did this shot is because I've actually used an iPhone 16 Pro, so this is completely done. The photographs are completely taken with an iPhone, which pretty good nowadays. So now we've brought that in and quite happy with that. I'll go to the top layer and the layer below, highlight them, and merge them together. So we now got two left now. So I'll turn that layer on, and I'll turn the top layer off and see where I am. Okay, so I I am missing one down here. Yeah, I'm going to bring that in and bring this one in here. I've missed one off down here somewhere where I'm sat on the grass. But I'll bring that in and I will do that in a short while. So that's the idea. This is how I do it. I'm going to reduce the size of it slightly. And then I'd go ahead then, and because it's for my YouTube channel, I'm going to crop it to a 16 ratio. So I will line it up. And I'm just going to tip that slightly. And bring that in slightly, tie it up, make sure. Okay, so I shall crop it at that. A little bit of clean up to do on this edge here, so I'm just going to pick up my repair tool. I'm going to pick the clone brush up and I'm just going to repair them edges. So I'll just go in a little bit and just clean them up. And I think there's a little bit in this top left hand corner of the sky, so I'll just pick a bit of sky and just push that ledge in there, and I think we're good to go. So that's how you do it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it back into Lightroom after I've brought my one seated in them. I'm going to go in and bring me back in where I'm seated on this grass here, and then I'm going to go take it into Lightroom, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sharpen it, do a little bit of adjustment on the colours, and then I'll show you after that. So here we have the final image, and this is the front cover of the video, and as you can see there I've put some graphics over the top of it, and this is the final image, and this is what it looks like. I hope you liked it, and I will see you on the next one.